Andrea, bringing you guys your energy tips for the day. Today I really want to talk about what it's like to be out in nature. When you're in nature, it really helps not just having the sunshine on your face, but enjoying the fact that there's different sounds and energy. Trees and nature give a different energy than people do, or things do, or music does. One of the key ways to know how your energy is what you're vibing with. And you do this by listening to certain things, such as music. I like classical music, has its own vibration. Rock music has its own vibration. There's different vibrations and frequencies to music and sound, which is the same thing that you'll experience when you're out in nature. If you notice that there's some people that like to do more active things like snowboarding, mountain climbing, rock climbing, dirt biking, those people are born with a predisposed desire to want to do extreme things, and they will put their body through anything to achieve that. Difference is that when you get older, you don't want to keep exhausting your body, because then when you exhaust and not repair enough, that's when your frequency drops. So a lot of people think that having good vibrations is the only way to increase your frequency, but in reality there's multiple things, starting with what brought it down. So if you start to realize that your energy comes down after you go to work, that's a huge thing that's going to affect your everyday and drop your frequency. Or let's say you tend to get angry when people tell you what to do, or people ask you for favors, or if you have really naggy partner or clients, then that's going to affect your energy and your frequency, and that's going to drop it as well. So when you start to really think about vibration and frequency and why being outdoors is so important, it's because of this. You can only have so much of one type of energy until you get exhausted, until you're drained again. And as you get older, just like I spoke with an older gentleman today, he had more muscle pains and body pains, was complaining about back pain, even though he used to be a runner when he was younger. So what happens with runners in particular is that they've only worked one type of muscles, one type of energy, and so your body actually needs 4 different types in order for it to fully be healthy. Which is when you get to see people who are seemingly a little bit more overweight but are actually healthy because they've got these 4 cornerstones down. Now, not like promoting that being fat or overweight is the desirable thing, but it's definitely not something that we need to look down upon. And I think that as you increase your energy and your ability to do these 4 different functions, you'll realize. So when you're outside and you're experiencing a good day in the sunshine, your frequency actually begins to change. And for a lot of people, it begins to improve. And when your frequency starts to improve, that's when you start to feel the high vibrations, because actually the high vibrations come from the humans. We are the ones that vibrate and pulse out energy. So the quality of that energy that you're going to pulse out is key, because that energy is based on the frequency that you are living at. So if you're waking up and you feel like you have a lot of different thoughts coming through your head, and you're thinking about all these different thoughts, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I don't need to think all of those thoughts. You just saw the choice of a frequency. That choice of a frequency tells you that you can either choose to think all of those racing thoughts that are already going through your head, or you can choose to the higher frequency, which is to let it go. A lot of times people think that being in a higher frequency means that you have to have this like joyous and excitement and like exhilaration. That is not a normal frequency for a human. And a lot of people that are there are pretending. And this is why a lot of people try to lose weight, or they cut their hair, or they like to go completely different change of style of their outfits, or they become obsessed with a new hobby, because we are constantly trying to find things of a higher frequency. Now, if you don't believe in frequency or vibrations, you have to understand that you are affected by your environment. If you don't think that you're affected by your environment, like nature or conversations, and you're one of those really strong people that doesn't really get affected regardless of the situation you're in, you're very, very strong and resilient in that way, then guess what? You are going to be the person that's going to guide other people. Because when you're able to do things so naturally, that's usually what you're going to guide others to do. So, for instance, myself, I love food. I love nutrition. I've always had a passion for helping people. So, being a nutritionist, rather than someone who's behind the desk calculating nutrition numbers or working with food label companies, I am the kind of nutritionist that's actually out helping people make healthier choices. And that's how you start to find your normal frequency and the vibration that you feel good at living at. I'm going to close out with this because I feel like there's a lot of content that I covered today, especially because frequency is such an important thing that you do receive, like I said, such as music. So if you hear a harmony that you enjoy, start your day with that. If you vibe with Tony Robbins and you feel like you're vibrating because of the things that he says, then use that. If you don't like him, don't force yourself to follow or listen to things that you do not vibe with. This is where that comes from. Because if something vibes with you, you're going to feel it. Whether you believe in the universe, whether you believe in the cosmos, whether you believe in whatever you may believe in, you're going to feel something. That's what makes us human. I hope you guys got some energy from this video, making sure that you know as much as possible about the amazing thing you're living in. An amazing body that has all these abilities. Thank you so much for joining in. Closing out with this beautiful sunset. Later. One of my other favorite things to do is spend time with kids. And that's exactly what I like to do.